Okay, let's begin. Let me leave all those questions out. Let's go straight to what we want to do and finish it on time and leave this conference line so that I can go and look at the phone lines and see what is happening down there. There is what we began to speak about yesterday, that we call survival or passion for survival. Please, if the line drop, let me know. Maria, you there? Yeah, if the line drop, call me immediately on the other line and let me know.
Okay, sure.
There is what we call the passion for survival, the passion to succeed. And I began talking about it yesterday. If you are going to be a great achiever on the earth, if you are going to be a winner on the earth, somewhere, somehow, you're going to pay a price for what you want. And you must have the passion, not to fear, but the passion to accomplish what you've set out to accomplish. Do not drop out of what you know is the right thing that you are doing in life. That is why it is very good to spend time to verify, to check things out before you embark in doing them, so that along the line you do not drop out and have to start all over again. But doesn't life play a trick on us? That sometimes we feel we figured it all out, and at the end of the day, it doesn't work. And we have to start from somewhere again. There is what we call the passion to accomplish something. Jesus had this kind of passion. And he knew that in the drama of life, there is a place where sweat, tears, time, detail, blood is going to be needed. But because he believes in favor, unlimited favor must happen to you. Somebody must favor you. Somehow, somewhere, somewhat, there is somebody that has been placed somewhere to favor you. And normally, I will also put it this way. There is somebody that you are to favor. We are who we are today because Jesus decided to pay the penalty to do the homework. His blood was required according to supernatural constitution, that a human being, a righteous human being without sin, must pay the price to wipe away a legal thing that is standing between us and our happiness and enjoyment and our position as governors of the earth, rulers of the earth. There are things, those of you who are mothers know what I'm talking about. The pain of carrying, being pregnant, giving birth, and raising a child. It's not something that you can just say, well, it's easy. It's not easy. That is why honoring one's parent, honoring one's good parent is a priority. It's an obligation. It's the only one that carries with it honor, good things, long life. In Christ, we were reborn by saying, I am willing to accept what you've done for me. That's all it is. Jesus, I am willing to accept what you've done for me. That's it. And you are in. Jesus, I'm willing to accept that you died for me. I am willing to accept that you gave me back authority. I am willing to accept that you restored me to my place with God. That's it. You are in. Sometime let me share this with you. Your soul need to hear you say this. I have been restored back to the blessing by Jesus on the cross. Why you need to talk to yourself is you want your inside to hear the gospel. Every organ inside you is ready to hear the gospel. You are the captain that must talk to your body. What is the meaning of all this? Favor. 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 Favor is real. It is real. It is a real, living, and moving machine. You really need somebody to favor you. You really need God to release somebody to be good to you. You can work so hard in life, but if there is nobody to favor you, to make your life easier, and to give you, to help you to get what you cannot give to yourself, no matter how hard you work, you need that. Abraham, God blessed Abraham. But how did that blessing come? How did that prosperity come? People were good to Abraham. Abimelech was good to Abraham. He gave Abraham wealth. Pharaoh was good to Abraham. He gave Abraham wealth. God was good to Abraham. He gave him that territory. We never really hear of God throwing down cows, gold, deeds from heaven on Abraham. We never hear of that. But what do we see? We see God moving through events of life to make people favor him. So don't only believe that it's going to be through your hard work, your intelligence, that you will make money and material resources. Or that when you come and you kneel on the altar and say, Jesus, come into my life, that is it. There is a place for you to begin to ask God Please release someone to be good to me. Take me, place me in the place. Rule over my mind, my thinking, my imagination. Take me to the place where somebody will help me. Those who ask God for help are ready for favor. That's a major key. Those who ask God for help are ready for favor. I can assure you that when you read the life story of Joseph, when he was pleading with the baker and the cupbearer of Pharaoh, he was pleading with them. He said to them, "Listen, when you get out there," he interpreted their dream for them, and he pleaded with them and said, "Listen, when you get out there, put a word for me so that I will be taken out of this prison because I didn't do any wrong." Don't keep quiet if you want to be favored. Don't say, because God has favored me and blessed me, and so you keep quiet. And you do nothing. You do not want to find out where to invest. Where is God locating you? Where is God rearranging you? Where is God zoning you? Listen, somebody has paid a price and favored you on the cross. That must be played out in reality. This is not just a story and a drama that we do each year. The meaning of the story of the cross on Good Friday is somebody went on the cross called Jesus of Nazareth, the man of Galilee, born in Bethlehem. He has favored you. Now, how do you use that? How do you use the cross to manifest favor on the earth for you? That's the real thing here. How do you do? When you go on the cross, when you go before the cross, which means come to Jesus, that's the meaning of all this. Doesn't mean you should go to the cross. It means when you speak to Jesus, by speaking to him as though he is in front of you, by looking inward and talking to him who is inside you, because that's where he truly lives. And you said to him, "You have favored me by breaking the curse over my life. I am free from curses. I am free from diseases. I might feel pain, but I believe that you are the medicine of God for me. I might be broke, but I believe that you are the riches of God for me. Favor me. Turn on the favor for me. Release people for me." Because basically, people of God, God uses two agents to do things for you. Humans, primarily, and then, in some cases, angels. Not all the time, but in some cases, angels. People of God, have you discovered what I've discovered? That everyone in the history of the Bible who became a great story were attached to favor. They were attached to favor. They were sent to lands of favor. Have you discovered that? Let's begin here with Abraham. When he obeyed God, which is one thing you have to know. Please yield to God. Yield to Jesus. Say to him, "I'm willing to be where you want me to be." Because you must be in the right place for favor to show up. So let's talk about location here today. If you are not properly located, you will not be favored. Lady Bev, are you still there, please?
Yes, I'm still on the line.
Okay. Maria, is everybody there on the line?
Yes, everybody.
Okay. So let's talk about location. God made Jesus to be born in Bethlehem of Judea, grew up in Nazareth. When he was little, his parents took him and fled to Egypt to save his life, and then brought him back. And they have to migrate to a different side from where they were from where he was born, where they come from, because his life has to be protected and the life of his parents. People of God, where people merely tolerate you, do not like you, or just tolerate you because of your money or because of your beauty, but doesn't really attach any value or worth to you, you don't need to be there. Any job, any human being who doesn't attach worth to you, you don't need to be there. Don't stay where you are tolerated. Stay where you are celebrated. Please write that down. Don't stay where people tolerate you. Stay where people celebrate you. Location is very important in favor. When Jesus wanted to do the big things about his ministry, beginning on Palm Sunday, he has to leave the small towns and villages and go to the big city where it will be in the news. And whenever he had opportunity to go for Passover to Jerusalem, he did big things there. Nobody will hear much about you if you stay in the village. There is a place where God normally takes people from the little city to the big city. I don't know why, but that is what he does. And I know the reason. God is targeting the population. God is interested in the population. Satan is interested in the population too. Geography is very important to God. God acts in geography. So don't tell me God is everywhere. God is with everybody. Why must it just be with idika, imeri that God is with? No. God is everywhere, yes. But God is not everywhere for you. Job is everywhere. But Job is not everywhere for you. Jesus is everywhere. But Jesus is not everywhere for you. The Holy Ghost is everywhere, but not everywhere for you. The reason is this. There is what we call territorial masters. There are bosses, big guys and girls in charge of territories. So you are not to cross to somebody else's territory. You are to be where you are celebrated, where God has zoned in. God has put his satellite zoom on you. That's your geography. Because that is where the cross will work for you. That is where the cross will work for you. The blood is activated for you. People will not just rise up and attack you. Why? Because you are a geographical authority. Your favor comes within a geographical positioning, a geographical satellite, a geographical cable network, a geographical financial network, a geographical social or mass media network, a geography political network. So you don't belong everywhere, my dear. And that is why it's very dangerous just to marry into any geography. or any culture, is that place, did favor show up for you? And did you spend time to make sure it was God that was favoring you? It doesn't mean that because somebody bought you a car, that is favor. Have you spent time to find out what is behind that? Somebody can buy you a car, build you a house, get you married, but that doesn't mean they love you. But then they can turn around in 5 years and take you supernaturally and offer you for human sacrifice. And for no reason, you have a heart attack and you die. And that's the price that they paid for giving you those things. It's very rampant in Africa, where I come from. Very easy, they do that. Children buy Rolls Royce for their parents, build them cars, and those parents do not last. From the time they buy them cars, build them mansions, those parents do not live in that house more than 1 or 2 years, and they are dead. And some of us, we are monitoring what is happening. If you want to know what I'm talking, go and look at Ghana movies, Nigerian movies. In the internet, they are free, and you will see what I'm talking. And these things are not just movies, they are reality. Because the witch doctors are making money. They are paying them big time for these things. I mean, a few years ago, I think it is in Uganda, people who are white collar, albinos, have to flee for their lives. Because the gods and goddesses were demanding albinos body parts to be used for voodoo practices. And they were killing albinos in Uganda. Go and ask. Go and find out. I was following this. When people want to be wealthy, they go to those places and they tell them to offer an albino. And you'll be sleeping in the night and people break into your house and start chopping you up and cut the parts that they want. And this is very nasty things, but things are happening. That's why if your daughter or your son is a prostitute, begin to pray that they come home. Because all these people standing by the roadside waiting for somebody to give them a lift, a lot of them end up in ritual sacrifices. Location is very important. That is why when God wanted to bless Abraham, he knew he cannot bless Abraham where Abraham came from. His blessing wasn't there. The blessing God wanted to bless Abraham was in Canaan, in the land of Canaan. The land flowing with milk and honey. It wasn't in the Ur of the Chaldeans. It wasn't in Syria. The death of Jesus and the offering of his blood on the cross empowers you to ask God, where am I located? Jesus died in Jerusalem. He did not die where he was born. He did not die where he did ministry in Galilee. No, he died in Jerusalem so that everyone will hear of him, so that people will tell the story. Jesus did not die a quiet death. You may have been born poor, you may have been born quiet, but that doesn't mean you should live poor. That doesn't mean you should die poor. Ask God for your geography, your location. The location where God's favor is waiting for you through human beings and angels. People of God, I am a junkie for favor because I understand this concept. It's one of those things that moves me very deeply. If people have not been good to me, I will be nowhere today. If the Lutheran Church wasn't good to Nigeria and they came to that part of Africa where I was born and built a hospital, I would have been dead from birth. They came with medicine, they came with food for babies, napkins, baby clothing, everything. Where would I have been today? Except they realized that that was a geography where God needed them as the Lutheran Church to build a hospital. And they built the Emmanuel Lutheran Hospital in that place. That's where I was born. Where is God asking you to go and invest money, to go and invest at a mission? It's going to be very important. Because you are going to save life and God is going to profit you. A lot of people see everything from the point of how much nickel and dime they can make out of it. There's a place to start something first. Then the nickel and the dime and the thousand and the million will come later. People of God, the church has lost its sense of mission. And we need to recover these things. Where would I have been if the Lutheran Church did not give me opportunity in a Lutheran hospital to be a trained chaplain? Where would I have been if the Scottish people did not bring the Presbyterian Church to my territory and they trained me? You have to know the timing and move into the location of that timing. Location, very important. Why was it that Joseph was not sold to Syria or to Medo-Persia or to Babylon or to other places, but he was sold to the Egyptians? Why? God knew that through the man on the throne in Egypt, he can make this guy to be on the throne. We are going to talk about favor with big connection this night. That's why you shouldn't pick quarrel and fight with people. No matter what, don't do it. Don't pick fight and quarrel with people, please. Because you never know where your favor is going to come from. God doesn't tell you. He does not. In fact, I have been warned not to look up to anybody for favor. That God will talk to people and then they will favor me. Then I will thank them, appreciate them, love them, and roll with them, journey with them in life, and then glorify God. Because there's a tendency that somebody might do something for you and you begin to look up to them as your God and you lose the entire bigger picture. God wanted to be said that it was He that made you rich. It was He. That's why He wants to properly locate you for favor. I'll keep giving you examples until these 5 days are over. Please ask God, where are you locating me? So that I am still within your satellite, not outside it. Because if you go outside the range of God's watching you, you're done. Darkness will come. Because you see, if you are within the proper location, light will shine on you 24/7. Angels will be running to do things for you 24/7. And all this thing is open for us because somebody was good enough to favor us, and his name is Jesus. And that's why he went on the cross and finished it. And then there was the fear of hell, and the fear of going to hell, and the fear of the arch fallen angel called death. And Jesus went and took the key from death and from hell. Why? So that we will no longer fear these things. I don't care whether death walk into my room. I know that I have authority to speak to it. I don't care whether the warriors of hell come to me. I know that in Christ I have authority to tell them back off and do not come back. Location is very important. When God, I don't even know how Joseph will have made it with all his brothers to become what God wanted him to become. So sometimes some of the things that you're quarreling about, the bad thing that has happened to you, stop quarreling about them. Stop quarreling about those things. That's why after Easter, when we start the next schedule of our ministries, we are going to be looking at the opportunities and privileges of crisis and middle life crisis. And that's going to be people calling in. You call in to share your experience. Call in. That's how we are going to do it. Some of our program we will do call in. If Joseph was there, he was not sold away as slave. How would he ever have made it with all those his brothers looking at him, not wanting him to become anything? God always knows how to properly locate you. In Jesus, we have been properly located. But that does not negate the fact that you need to be located in the right place for God to do the right thing. I have received invitation to move away from the United States to Canada, to this place in Europe, and so on, move my ministry there, but I've refused. Why? I know of a truth that I was warned never to move my ministry headquarters from the United States to anywhere else. I was warned never. People will do everything to entice you to move away. And when you look at the record of those people, they are not qualified to be the people that speak on your behalf. When something happens to you, they will abandon you quick. But they are giving you, they are painting all the rosy pictures. When you paint for me all the rosy pictures, why I should move away from where I am, people of God, let me tell you this. Tell them, what do you think are the disadvantages? See? Abraham was not prepared for famine in Canaan. So God asked him, for the meantime, the little time, Egypt. And God then zoned in, he set light on him. He left there, back to the land of Canaan, when the famine was over, very wealthy. And where was the wealth from? Did Abraham work for it? No. Somebody else gave him wealth. People of God, let me tell you this. There's a place where your location will give you wealth and prosperity through your hard work, through your talents. There's also a place where somebody else has to pass wealth to you. Please don't joke with those kind of wealth that others pass to you. You need to be favored. You need to be favored. You must be favored. Christ has delivered us from the curse of the law, having been made a curse for us. For it is written, cursed is he that hangeth on the tree. Galatians 3 from verse 18. You go on reading. What's the meaning of what you are reading? Someone favored you. Be blessed, be fruitful, multiply, have dominion, rule, subdue, replenish. What's the meaning of all of that? Someone has favored you, and his name is God Almighty, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. He has favored you. That's the meaning of that. Behind every promise of God, behind all the drama of Bible history, is favor. Behind the quest for eternity is favor. No more, no less. That's the real thing behind it. Marriage should be for favor. Having children should be for favor. Business and investment should be for favor. God can bring a worker into your business, and because that person is there, your business can triple. God can take you to a job, and because you are there, that business will triple, your money will triple. They'll begin to favor you. I have prophesied to a lady about her son. Her son got a job, and car was attached to the job. Beverly is a witness when I spoke about her son, and every tool that kid needed has been given to that young man. Oh, Beverly, thank you. By the way, I saw the boxing video.
Yes.
Yeah, the son of this woman that I saw a vision for. Beverly, can you tell them the vision I saw for your son and what happened?
Can I ring back in a minute because I'm out of time?
Okay, ring back. Okay. I saw a vision for her. She was talking about her son. I saw a vision, and I told her about that vision. Today, that young man has everything that I spoke about, and also Mo is now a title heavyweight, a boxer in the UK. Think about that. When I see a vision for you or prophesy over you, favor will begin to happen to you. Let it ring 3 times. Okay. Okay, you on the line?
Yes, I'm on the line.
Okay, tell them what happened with this vision.
If I can remember, you saw some people sitting around the table and they were discussing the job. And you said to me that my son, there'll be quite a few people applying for that position, but it'll be my son that will get the job. And when he went for the job, after everyone, he was the one that was liked. He
Yes.
was the one that did well. And he's still doing the job now.
Okay. 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 If you guys did not hear her very clearly, you will see it on the video when it comes. And she said, I saw a vision for the son, and I told her that there were these people with English skull cap sitting around a table drinking beer and wine and smoking their pipe and cigar. And they were discussing about this job. Like about 50 people were to apply, or 40, I can't even remember. And out of all of that, only her son was chosen. And so I called her, I said, this is the vision that I saw for your son. And a few days later, exactly what I saw happened. Yeah. And now he is on Dion is on did he knock out that guy on the boxing within a few seconds or something? A few seconds. He's now into boxing too. I mean, wonderful job with everything, cars, his truck, everything provided. That's what favor does. Why? Because Beverly loved me. From the word go, that she got hooked with me, brought me into her family. That's why I tell people don't fake your love. Don't fake it.